We've lost contact with North America's 4th Air Force and their 8th Infantry Regiment.
It took a while, but finally we received the attack order. We must reduce damage as much as possible. Good luck,
I'm forwarding you the information. Please confirm before beginning your mission. Do you hear me, Raiden? We're still surveying the enemy, so please head straight to the scene.
There doesn't appear to be many enemies coming to the suburbs, but you can't be negligent. Remember, shoot them before they shoot you. Max speaking. I think that you're aware of it, but it's the first time to witness contamination of this level with these kinds of massive weapons. To be honest, I don't know what will happen, so be careful.
I'm sending you the information on the enemy. No contaminations from surface weapons have been confirmed in the area. This will be aerial combat, so please act as such. The 18th Mechanized Infantry are engaged in blocking the advancement of the enemy ships into metropolitan areas. It is unclear how long they can maintain the front line, so please hurry to the air. The speed of enemy destruction is perfect. Neither the plane nor the pilot has been damaged from the combat. We will be entering the metropolitan area very soon. The enemy in that area are being mopped up by the 2nd and 4th Panzer Divisions. Please quickly cast through and aim for the target point.
Hold on. This is too much for the defense corps to handle on their own. Descend and pursue the destruction of the target.
Captain, is that really necessary? The stations have all been evacuated, and most of the enemy weapons have been destroyed.
That may be so, but I'm sure the retreating people can do with a coffee break. It won't hurt to help out.
I'm getting a response by radar. Numerous enemies have crossed the defensive lines and invaded the metropolitan area.
You heard it. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you to respond appropriately on site.
The number of enemies destroyed has been confirmed. It seems that some enemies on the ground have survived. I'm requesting help from the 2nd and 4th Panzer Division. Enemy aircraft is flying between the skyscrapers. Please be careful.
Be careful, you say. Do you have any better advice for me?
I believe it's the captain's role to give advice. Don't you have any advice for me?
Make sure you don't hit a building.
Enemy flight battleships are approaching? Look. There are vessels moving from the ship. Exercise caution. that the enemy had suspended action following.
Believe that something so huge is being contaminated. But I gotta say that the mission was well accomplished.
Excellent job.
Well, I'd like to relax over a coffee now, but it seems that's not possible. What's the report, Ashiria?
We have received contact from the Middle East region. It appears to be a high crystal response within the vicinity of latitude 18 degrees north and longitude 42 degrees east. It seems to have the same energy response as previous flight action.
In other words, there's been another annoying contamination. Fortunately, you'll have to refuse the invitation to tonight's party.
There's a town around the oasis ahead of us, but it appears that there has been much weapon response and has been completely subdued.
Their attacks seem perfectly efficient. Maybe there's some sort of unified strategy.
There are no SOS calls from the town. Was everyone able to evacuate?
All I know is that I have permission to attack them without hesitation.
Why are you always so passive? Is that because you're military man?
Well, not sure myself. What do you think, Ashiria? You're a military woman.
You're so mean. Your destruction rate is pretty low. Captain, you weren't very efficient out there. I'm sure there's no problem with the plane. Raid the valley and proceed without going over the cliff. Why have you chosen to raid them as your first shot?
I won't jump to conclusions yet, but I sense that those crystals have advanced intelligence.
No way! Even if they had any, it could only be simple behavioral patterns like that of this.
Rely on the words of scholars. Let's just be cautious for now.
Enemy response eliminated. Please maintain your command.
The enemies will start gathering soon. Gotta rush through.
Bellwether will head later. Exercise caution because I can't. Successful entry into the ruins, but Raiden seems to have been shelled, so brace yourself. The data analysis from Raiden is complete. What? What are these numbers?
Hurry up and report.
There's crystal reaction from the cave, but no contamination has been detected from others in the records.
So it's a cave surrounded by crystals. Isn't that a promising cave for the future? Man, give me a break.
But to have contamination in the cave? What does this mean?
I guess the cave's being a bit shy.
high energy response. It's deep inside.
Well, we'll have to ask it to come out and play.
The enemy is transforming and the energy level is increasing. Please be extra careful. Enemy deactivated. Watch out for explosions. Found a path to exit out into the sky. Please make a vertical ascent and evacuate at once.
Excavating the crystals. I think we can assume now that they have intelligence. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I'm heading towards the Wind's shipping port. It's private port, but it also actually carries out repairs and maintenance for VCD.
Bellwether will head there immediately, but please patrolling security surrounding airspace before heading towards the scene. Transmission has come in from the council.
It's been a long time, Captain Maxwell. Why is Bellwether heading toward Windsport?
Ah, Miss Helga Lindbergh. What a pleasure to hear from a woman who must be so busy working for the council.
Thanks for being so considerate. Although I'd be even happier if you didn't increase my workload. Why did you change the course at Bellwether? I'd also like an explanation for the SOS call to the port in the name of VCD.
Well, that's...
Captain, I've confirmed multiple contaminated weapons here at Windsor. How did it happen?
It's not good. Quickly mop up the port enemies, Ray. Yes,
Yes, do tell me all about it when you have time later.
Captain, you issued an SOS call to the port. Did you know that the enemy...
I came up with a hypothesis while retrieving the crystals at the cave, so I made the call just in case.
The port enemy has nearly annihilated. We will continue with the review, but please be careful. Your vital meter is decreasing. I understand, so please be focused to the end. Emergency contact from the Shell Port Defense Base. It's undergoing a massive attack of contaminated weapons. We received a request for urgent relief.
I knew they'd be appearing there too. Captain Crystal retreat. Did you hear that, Raiden? Fly northwest from there and you'll arrive in no time. Hurry! We're heading there too.
Seems like you've missed quite a lot of enemies. I know you're tired from all the fighting, but please hurry ahead with Michelle first. Captain, you mentioned that you needed a...
Yeah. My hypothesis was unfortunately correct. I thought these crystals might be advanced life forms that could mutually communicate.
They look like jewels, but are actually intellectual.
You see, they were obviously mining those crystals in that cave for a certain reason. I assumed that by us taking away their crystals, they'd come back for revenge.
Well then, why don't you report to the Weapons Development Division and the Council and ask for an analysis?
It'll be years of meeting if you ask for help from scientists and politicians. Showing them the results is the quickest way.
Excuse me, but that remark is one that ignores civilian control. Your remark and conduct are worthy of a military tribunal.
Well, in that case, tell them you were forced by the captain.
High energy response. The contaminated weapons. Below? It's coming out from the water. Its arms are opening out. I can't believe this transformation.
Well, anyways, I'm glad we've won. We can't leave the crystals like this. We better head to the French LHC, else we'll be chased forever.
You hear me, Raiden? We're being forced by the captain to head towards France after...
We don't want to stand out too much on this mission, so we'll fly close above the sea and the ground until we get close to the LHC.
I'm getting responses to contaminated weapons in the land area. Raiden, I need you to proceed slowly. We're getting close to Sidonia France. Blend into the water column in the sun. I'm sorry for ruining your coffee time, Captain, but there is a transmission.
Oh? Madam Lindblom from the Council? I'm surprised you've already caught on.
It's not the Council. It's from the Weapons Division. I will connect you.
Forget that we're at war while you're carefree with the coffee. How about paying attention to your role as the captain of Bellwether, a cutting-edge aircraft carrier?
I apologize for worrying. Bellwether of the Weapons Development Division performed wonderfully. It would really be helpful if you could improve the view of the seat and coffee maker as well.
I could go on a walk with precious ink.
I'm not obliged to inform you, technical officer.
You think I'm some kind of normal technical officer? Without me, Raiden and Bellwether wouldn't be around. This whole war with the crystals depends on me. I guess it's difficult for someone like you who judges people on ranks to understand.
Oh, I apologize. The transmissions will be temporarily shut off since the ship will be entering the pneumatic storm. I will contact you when I know.
Lieutenant Campbell of the Weapons Development Division, huh? I knew the name, but didn't know how annoying he would be.
The enemy destruction speed is great. Please keep up the good work. We will be approaching the LA 630 very soon. I'm getting a contamination response on my lead. Captain, multiple contaminated weapons are invading the LA facility.
Was it drawn to our crystals? How did they get here before we did? No time. Respond to the enemy in the air, Bellwether. Annihilate the enemies that have invaded the LHC facility, right? They've been quite impatient, and they've done it in an organized formation. They have a commanding officer or something?
A commander among the crystals? That's pretty critical.
I was speaking hypothetically, but there's no doubt that there must be some coordinates giving orders.
More enemies are approaching the facility.
Right. Protect the central facility. Sorry, but we're occupied here. Clean them out? Sorry for being a bad boss, but I need you to help us take out the remaining enemies in the sky.
You've let too many enemies escape. I know it's a tough mission, but please hang in there. Now help us up in the sky.
What endless attack? They just keep appearing. Could it be that they understand war strategies?
A high-energy response is approaching the sky above the facility.
Don't let it near the LHC facility.
The enemy has a rocket in the sky above the LHC. Please don't let them invade any further. The side cards have separated and followed. Captain, the enemy has invaded into the LHC facility.
Ryan, pursue it and destroy it by any necessary means. Well done. That was close, but you were able to finish it without destroying the LHC facility.
Captain, emergency contact from the deck. The surveillance plane is on the fourth story. Message from the second storage's room. The crystals were snatched by somebody.
One problem after.
The surveillance plane that stole crystals just now is heading towards the northeastern sea.
The objective is unclear, but recovery is top priority, so hurry and pursue it. Nothing will come by carrying away the crystals. It must have been planned since they penetrated the bellwether and carried them away, right?
A transmission from an unregistered identification code. Captain, how should I proceed?
Cut into the BCD military line, so it may not be unrelated. Why don't you connect to them?
I'm honored. I'm as chaste as smart. This is Valvarosa Hawk. You've heard of him.
The H? The pirate Barbarossa was the one who stole the crystal.
I heard that attacking the army was a hobby of yours, but I never knew you were a thief. Are you having trouble making a living?
An incompetent bastard who can't even take care of contaminated weapons is gonna treat me like a thief? Just remember that I'm getting paid a ton to know the hell I am.
Oh. You get money for those crystals.
You have way too much information. You sound pretty innocent, but I guess I shouldn't underestimate you. I'm in a contract and can't say much, so let's just put it this way. The more disputes, the merrier.
You're involved in crystals? You've been attacking the army for the last few years, but now you're looting crystals?
I don't know. I don't understand what a pirate would be thinking. It appears it's this.
We are in the optimal state for eliminating the enemy. Please keep it up. Another external transmission of this type? Captain. It's from the Weapons Development Division.
It appears that the crystals have been taken by someone. This is an inexcusable mistake, Captain. With sharp ears as usual. We're doing all we can to recover them. They're hard to regain. We're considering sinking the thieves and crystals deep into the sea.
Sink? There's no way that can be allowed. Those are valuable. Well, more importantly, Bellwether's mission is not to play tag with bandits. We should leave the recovery mission to other squads to prepare for battle with contaminated weapons.
Unfortunately, we don't turn the other cheek. So don't listen to the rumors, Captain, and please return to your important research task. The people doing the desk work are so carefree. Low thought.
Done a lot to crush a ship. Very childish of him, fighting thunder pirate.
We public officials are gentle on citizens, but it's the VCD's policy to be tough on those who fail to pay their taxes.
I'm also not citizens, but hate soldiers. I'm seriously going back now. VH wouldn't be famous if it ended with this.
It is being bombed, is that alright? Raiden will be in danger too if you overlook pirates.
Alright, we're ready! Be it the cherished treasure of mankind or whatever. You come at me, and I am. Sorry, but we're going to destroy you.
It's like the strength of an army. Amazing. The army won't be able to compete with the village.
This isn't the time to be moved. Not the contaminated weapons, but also have to be seriously engaged. I'm sure you understand. Don't be careless.
Seems that I underestimated the strength of the VCD. But I still have to see her. When I turn her on... What? I can't control the weapon. Why is it being contaminated by the crystal?
A high-energy crystal response from the enemy stage. The stolen crystals are mutating into the contaminated state. The crystals are absorbing the power of the patch. The potential to circle high-power weapons is high. Exercise caution. Enemy formation has changed. The energy level is increasing.
Sorry, but it's not over. There's still something else coming up. Damn. That moron said he wouldn't contaminate, but look at this! I suspected something the moment I heard that obnoxious name shift.
The enemy battleship and gigantic weapons have been completely...
You know, I would like to talk to you about various things. So can you come to our ship, Sir Valderos?
You'll abide by the proper etiquette if you're going to invite a lady.
What? You're a lady, Barbarossa? Raiden, can you hear me? We shall commence the attack on the enemy facility based on the information we got from VH.
A facility that was supposed to be closed by the Weapons Development Division. Ever since.
Look, I've told you many times that I was only hired and don't know the details. But I did do my research on the plan because stuff like that is important. Right?
But I can't believe that it's the weapons development facility that was supposed to be shut down.
There's no time for thinking. It seems they're ready for battle.
Your response to the enemies is wonderful. This performance is remarkable given that the enemy had stood up the art weaponry. An incoming transmission from inside the enemy facility.
What is it? There are no contaminated weapons around this area.
Why are you here, Kuzma?
What are you doing in a facility that should have been torn down? This is different from the official record, isn't it?
It was necessary to avoid the eyes of the idiots in the council. There are a bunch of imbeciles who don't understand the importance of crystal energy research.
I see. So you are breaking the Montague Accord, right?
That agreement is ridiculous. The weapons division has actually already been successful. What do you think provides the energy for Final Thunder and Bellwether?
That's an intriguing one.
We needed to bring our knowledge to the Council for the future of mankind. SHIP is an organization formed by scientists for the same purpose. You guys on the front lines know well what it would be like if Raiden weren't here during the battle with the crystals, right?
It would have been tough for sure. The pirate ship hired by the captain has also been contaminated. Crystals aren't something we humans choose lightly. They're too dangerous.
I thought that the armies would be more useful, but you're being rash as I imagined. What are you trying to do? Do you realize that you're closing the doors of the future of mankind?
That's correct. The danger level from contaminated weapons is something that we know best since we're on the front line. If there's something you want to say to the captain, speak it in front of him.
Stupid colonists who don't understand the righteousness of shift!
The number of enemies destroyed have displayed the highest value. You're amazing!
There are many things created in the path of facilities designed to store and transport machinery into weapons. You escape from there.
Raiden, can you hear me? I'll send you the escape routes from within the facility. It's just the analysis is outdated, so please ascertain the on-site routes in accordance with the situation. Not everything that Lieutenant Campbell had said can be wrong, so it's complicated.
Let's prioritize the performance of duty now, rather than being frustrated.
Raiden is currently entering the underground cargo transport route in the facility.
You should be able to leave if you advance that way. Continue calm.
cargo route. We have the opportunity, so we might as well use the capabilities of the latest weapons we developed.
Be careful, Ryan. Lieutenant Campbell does have first-tier ability as a scientist.
It appears that he has a JP. Please exercise caution. First, third plane? This is the number has increased.
It appears that the number has increased. You need to calm down.
All the weapons have been destroyed. It was definitely a plane.
This is an internal squabble, and I'd like to make it the last one at that.
What will happen to Captain Campbell?
That's something for the Council to judge. Let's just focus on the battle that awaits us.
We have entered Arduena Silva as planned. We will head toward the Strange Space Center after passing through the coast.
Go ahead, Ryan. We'll watch out for contaminated weapons.
You seem to have safely entered the forest.
I know that it's a secret mission. Can you tell me the target already? I'm just not used to carrying out a mission without knowing what the target is.
All right. I told you that we were able to retrieve a lot of information from the ship facility that you guys destroyed, right? Well, it seems that any information stored on an individual crystal gets collectively shared by all the other crystals.
Is that really possible?
I've heard that even among terrestrial life forms, an individual learns a new way to hunt. The same method of hunting was suddenly acquired by other individuals all around the world. This may be like the collective unconscious that Jung talked about.
It's hard for me to understand the code things, but can you explain it more in layman's terms?
Simply said, the information that comes into contact with crystals is then linked to all the contaminated weapons.
I see. So they're making it as unclear as possible as to where they're headed.
That's correct.
Remember, the crystals will share any information among each other, so you can't let them escape. You've got to do better.
Alright. Can you possibly tell us the reason for aiming for the Strange Space Center?
Well, I'm sorry about this sudden topic, but we'll have to go to outer space.
I see. Excuse me, what did you just say?
I will officially relay the Council mission. Both Bellwether and Fighting Thunder will head toward the planet where the crystals exist and destroy the source of the crystals flying into the Earth. That's it.
Are we heading towards the planet? Where did that utterly reckless strategy come from?
Don't worry. Bellwether and Raiden were both created to be active in outer space. You learned that during the training, right?
That's not the problem. The sudden mission?
This is the official mission to us from the Council, right?
Yes. I'm sorry, Max, about asking you to do this reckless mission. It is the kind of resignation that we despise.
That's alright. We are soldiers. You tell us to go somewhere, and whether it is the end of the universe or otherwise, we'll accomplish the mission.
Thanks, Max.
We are approaching the acceleration limit momentarily. Please hurry back to Bellwether, Norman. Hurry, Raiden. Break away. In 3, 2, 1. I know it's a breakaway mission, but I would have liked it if you had destroyed the little thing. I'm calculating the coordinates. Since it was a breakaway to avoid the enemy attack, it seems to have drifted quite far from the enemy.
What can we do? Head toward the destination point while watching out for the cosmic garbage?
Why do they need weapons in this area?
The equipment for removing the cosmic garbage appears to have been contaminated by the Christians. Before we could realize it, contamination had spread outside of the
I realize that it's really tough with the contaminated weapons, but there's not much time until the warp device will be activated. Please hurry toward the destination.
Is the warp device the Alchemy drive that was successfully experimented with around 3 years ago, right? It creates space-time foam based on the contraction and extension of space.
The device will be used on the enemy planet. Hurry up, we can't be late.
Numerous contamination responses have been detected among the debris of the colony. Please be careful. We are leaving from the colony area and will be arriving at the destination shortly. A contaminated weapon response from 9 o'clock. What? That's way too big.
I know this one. It's Engel, the space debris retrieval colony. This has been contaminated too.
You can't tell, but it appears we haven't touched it.
Stand firm to the end, Mike. Got it?
It is silent. The contamination response has disappeared. Target destroyed.
Gosh. We can say we are fortunate and that they have been destroyed before they would attack the Earth.
Raiden and Bellwether are heading toward the destination point.
We will somehow be able to make it according to schedule. Look for something.
Still. Bellwether has returned to cruising speed. All Raiden fighters have been deployed.
So it begins. If we lose this battle, we lose all of VCD's main force. Even if that were not the case, with all the crystals lying dormant and making simultaneously,
We'll begin our descent onto the mother planet. Numerous contaminated weapons confirmed in satellite data. Proceed with caution.
as expected. However, there's no time to make a detour. We must wipe out any enemy forces that obscure our path as we descend. What an advanced civilization. But could it be that it's the planet itself that is contaminated? This must mean that what we had thought was their mother planet was in fact an already contaminated planet.
Is this the future of Earth? Is lifeless planet?
We're here to prevent that from happening. Destroy the enemy heads.
Yes, sir. Wait, what is this? There's something wrong. It appears to be a planet which once sustained life, but the atmosphere seems to consist almost completely of carbon dioxide with some nitrogen.
Do you really think this is the appropriate time for a science class?
My apologies, but I feel as if I've seen this atmospheric composition ratio somewhere before. Captain, I'm reading an ultra-high energy signal deep beneath the surface. It's unlike anything we've come across before. There's a high probability that this is...
There must be a path. Extend the range of our radar and search the surface for leaking energy.
Understood. In the area ahead, there is a position of energy leaking from underground. I will deploy all Raiden fighters to that location.
Well done. Did you hear that, Raiden? Looks like we'll have to head underground and destroy them directly. Send Colt to the objective point immediately.
Raiden has been successful in taking it.
Alright. The rest of the Raiden fighters in the Bellwether will support from the air. It will be disadvantageous to fight separately. Gather around the Bellwether and lend each other support.
CO2 at 95.32%, N2 at 2.7%, argon at 1.6%, oxygen at 0.13%.
Syria, focus on the battle right now. You can investigate the atmospheric composition of your oxygen 10 rounds.
Yes, I'm sorry. But I've heard that combination somewhere. You can't make that chance of ending the universe. Your enemy distraction rate is amazing. A brilliant military achievement for a final battle.
Are they in?
Affirmative. Raiden has reached the gate.
Glad that it's so. Remember, folks, we're here to fight, not to get ourselves killed.
Well, it's one thing that civilization is progressing, but all these machines are perfectly the same. Personally, I need a view of the ocean. So
I got it. But remember now, Captain. CO2 at 95.32%, N2 at 2.7%, argon at 1.6%, oxygen at 0.13%. It's Mars!
This atmospheric composition is exactly the same as Mars.
The same as Mars. Is that so? Although I fail to see exactly how that is important.
There is water on Earth and none on Mars. That is said to be the reason why there's only life on Earth. But there was water underneath Mars' surface. Why then is there no life on Earth?
Who knows? I'm not a scientist, so I haven't got a clue.
What if that maybe if there was first water and then nothing?
If for some reason life disappeared, water disappeared and the oxygen disappeared from the atmosphere, are you saying that was caused by the crystals?
I thought it was odd when we first made this planet. Regardless of the contamination caused by the crystals, in order to destroy all life form on the planet, it would take 2 rings of it.
I see. So what you're suggesting is that the crystals buried on Earth were not meant to contaminate the planet, but were buried to change the atmosphere itself. So you mean they would change the planet itself?
But what would be the crystal's motive for doing that? You mean to say they aren't trying to invade Earth?
What an impressive response speed for a first-time battle in outer space. This is a battle worthy of an I understand you're nervous, but your response speed is lagging behind. Try a little harder.
Kashiria, can you analyze the ingredients of the crystals around Raiden?
I'll try. The crystals here are made mostly out of hydrogen and oxygen. In other words, they're close to non-water.
So what's being made here is different from the contaminated crystals after all.
If water is present, then more than half of the CO2 in the atmosphere will dissolve into water. There is a chance that the same thing that happened in the early stages of Earth to create the ocean will occur here.
So, after turning the entire planet into an uninhabitable planet like Mars, we can transform it back into a planet where life can live.
Seriously? So the crystals are trying to reset the planet?
Looks like this was more than a simple matter of a space invasion by an extraterrestrial life.
Can we win to beings who act on a scale like this? These are beings who control planets.
That doesn't mean we can just give up. Besides, I've already planned my schedule for my vacation.
You're right. It's not good to analyze things more than it's necessary. We're military. All we're required to do is do our best to complete our mission.
Well, that's a whole other direction to take things. A far outcry from our scientific civilization.
Are they the same civilization? Or a different civilization, for instance? Although I'm not entirely sure that it's the concept of civilization.
Captain, the magnetic field surrounding Raiden is turning into something like a storm. At this rate, our communication will be severed.
Right. Kira? Spawn, what's going on?
We've lost communication. However, vitals still remain, so it is likely that we will... What exactly are the crystals?
What consider cheap answers, like them being the wake-up call, revenge upon mankind.
Not exactly ready to stop eating, drinking, and being married anytime soon. There's no way I'm not returning to Earth and seeing think Lucille.
There's nothing we can do now. We just have to pray that Raiden returns victorious.
Raiden, I don't know if you can hear me. Get back here.
Surrounding energy signals have all stopped. All enemies who had been engaged with Raiden fighters have stopped moving.
Could it be that they've really managed to succeed? Breathtaking.
Incoming transmission from Raiden. Mission complete. Returning to base.
All I can say is, well done. They really pulled it off.